Now this video today, guys, can serve as a video for anybody who might be experiencing vibration in their lawnmower deck. So let's get busy.
I ain't afraid of work, I ain't afraid of play, I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life, times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right.
Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. Today we ain't farming, we're fixing. I like to fix. Everything I own breaks all the time, and even things that I don't own break all the time. This is a Husqvarna Excite lawnmower. You may recognize it from past videos here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. My neighbor is a wonderful lady. She's a widow, and she and I made a little bit of a horse trading deal on this mower about a year ago, something like that, maybe 7 months ago. You may remember the Ford tractor. So she and I have an understanding that I'll help her out when she needs it, and she needs help right now, and this is what's going on. So this lawnmower is really cool, pretty neat little suspension system. It is the Husqvarna Excite. I think it's a 54-inch cut, but don't hold me to that. Probably says it somewhere on here, but I don't know where it says it, and it's not that important for today's video. We've got a few things that I noticed may be damaged on the mower. And what she's experiencing is a horrible, horrible vibration. So first of all, with you guys, I'm gonna fire the mower up and show you what it's doing so you understand what's going on. It is not good. Easy enough. Ooh, it is hot today, guys. This mower has a cool suspension. It's the Excite 230, I believe, is the model. Really neat. It has a start and stop button on the handles right here, which I think is unique to Husqvarna. The emergency brake or parking brake has to be locked in order to start this. We'll turn it on and we're going to start it. And what happens is when you engage the blade, it starts squeaking and carrying on and cutting up and making a racket and vibrating really, really bad. So let's fire it up. Contact. Did you hear it? I'm going to do it one more time. The whole deck is shaking like this, okay? We'll start it real slow. Hear that? Yeah, no further assessment needed. That deck is going, it's rattling like crazy. So I was up at her house just a little bit ago, and I thought maybe this would be a cool opportunity to have a teaching moment here on the Stoney Ridge. What we're gonna do is go through the entire process of troubleshooting this thing. I've already done some of this, but some of this needs to be done in order to solve the problem. So I'm gonna put some roll-up ramps on here real quick so we can get the front end of the mower up just a little ways. That way we can access our blades just a little bit easier, just like that. We're gonna drive on up on these ramps. Troubleshooting 101 here on the lawnmower with a vibration issue. First thing we gotta do is take a look at our blades right here, okay? So we're gonna look down in here and we're gonna inspect our blades and make sure we don't have a blade that is bent. So let's get this camera up here and we're gonna just spin these blades. Before we get any further with this mower project, and this is a project, no doubt, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to today's day sponsor. Today's day sponsor is EcoFlow. This is the EcoFlow Delta 3. Awesome little battery bank, super lightweight, super quiet. This is what I use to keep my computers running in the house and my refrigerator in the house. So when the power goes out, it has a 10 millisecond switch over time. Beginning April the 1st, customers from the US and Canada can sign up to be an EcoFlow member, participate in the 2025 EcoFlow Members Festival from April 1st to April 30th. For every activity that EcoFlow members participate in, EcoFlow will donate 1% of members' festival sales to Power for All program, which is focused on powering and providing rescue power to folks like our friends here in North Carolina who just experienced a horrible natural disaster. So super cool, guys. We'll go over a few specs on this critter right here. If you don't have a backup battery bank, you need to get one. It's awesome. It's essential to the farm. If I need to charge a battery on a tractor and it's on the other side of the farm, I can nab this up and go charge a battery with a battery charger. That's really cool. So the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus has fast charging options, AC power, solar power, 800 watt alternator, gas generator, multi-charge. In other words, you can charge this in the back seat of your car if you want to, or you can plug it into the wall, or you can plug it into a solar panel just like we have right here. It'll charge a little bit slower on a solar panel. With AC charging, you can get 1500 watts of AC input and it'll charge up to 100% in 56 minutes. That's super fast. It'll run a refrigerator for quite some time too, guys, so that's super important. Again, it's got different versions of charging. You can charge it with a gas generator, hybrid charging, AC charging, solar charging, and even in the back of your car if you want to. It's a reliable backup power source for precision instruments. In other words, it's going to be hooked to my computer in my office so that when the power goes down, I will have service all the time. So I can keep my Starlink up and I can keep my computer up, and it switches over in 10 milliseconds. So that's super fast, guys. So it's convenient for everyday life if you wear a CPAP at night, and I know how important it is to keep a CPAP going at night being a registered nurse. You can use this as an uninterrupted power system for that. So really cool. Guys, don't forget to join us now for the EcoFlow Members Festival and unlock more challenges to power up the Power for All initiative. Use my code below to enjoy an extra 5% off EcoFlow products valid until April 30th, guys. Let's get back to business on that lawnmower. And the way we make sure that the blades aren't bent, we need to make sure that the ends line up, okay? And as I look down through here, I can tell that none of my blades are bent. And I'm just turning this thing around and turning it around, and I can tell I don't think I have a bent blade. Now the middle blade does look like it could be slightly bent. Does it? So there are a lot of rocks around here. I'm spinning it around. You guys tell me what you think. There are a lot of rocks around these parts, and those rocks tend to catch lawnmower blades and do a lot of damage here. And I see this blade does not look very happy. It looks like it may be bent, and or this blade may be bent. So I'm going to continue to rotate this guy around until it matches up with the other blade right in there. Okay, and I think we're pretty much okay, but I do think that we may have a bent blade going on here. If it's a bent blade, super simple, buy new blades. I would buy 3 new blades and put them on there. Second troubleshooting scenario right here. So we've got an access panel right in here. We're gonna pull this guy off. Everything's super easy to access on this Husqvarna. I like that for sure. And you guys know, anything mechanical eventually will fail. It's not an engine problem. If it were an engine problem, it would vibrate all the time. It's a deck problem, okay? So right here is our belt, and our belt tensioner is down there, okay? Next thing we gotta do is just take a look at our belt, and I can see a little bit of wear pattern on the top of this belt right here. Now, how the heck is that happening? How is it getting wear on the top of the belt? Well, there's one way to find out. I've got to release the tension on that belt. Now, the way that we release the tension on that belt, and I really have a sneaking suspicion that my total issue is right here. So we're either looking at bent blades, bad spindles, and this mower has 13 hours on it, so it shouldn't have bad spindles. We have a physical problem going on here. And or there could be something super simple like a piece of trash inside right here, flopping around and catching on that belt. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lower the deck down as far as I can. I've got my Milwaukee socket set right here. Go ahead and pop that guy open. There we go. See if I can skin my knuckles. Open this guy up, and we're going to be removing this shroud right here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I prefer a doggone shroud on a mower that comes off with pins versus bolts like this. When I saw this issue earlier today, I saw trash underneath right here. These pulleys are totally famous for developing wads of trash and sticks and such in them or underneath them. So the next thing I'm going to do here is try and release my tension on my blade here. And in order to do that, I just have a pulley down here. I've just got to pull the pulley ever so slightly. And that will release my tension. And I took my belt off. So release tension right there. And here we're going to check this spindle and see if it spins freely. Next thing we're going to inspect is inside this pulley to see if there's any trash that could be causing a problem. I see no indication of any trash that could be causing any problem. We're going to hook that right there. This is spinning awesome and free. And we're going to go on over to the next one. These are the spindles that that's what it's called, a spindle that spin underneath the deck. I'm jiggling it, I'm shaking it side to side. I see nothing, no problem. I need to inspect in here, and I see some rub and some wear, and I hear a little noise. Spinning nice and free, but I do have some up and down play. That was my suspect blade, if you remember. Let's check this one. Nope, it's the same. Okay, now onward and upward. So we know it's not that one. We want to make sure we don't mess up here and put our belt on the wrong way. Okay, this has been damaged. My neighbor has whacked something. Okay, that is damaged. So we're gonna have to get in here. You know, if you hit something with this and it pushed it back and bent it like that, then we most certainly could have something that got whacked and is totally misaligned in here too. So let's pull the cover off of this one and check on that spindle. I'm a little concerned about this deck. Maybe got whacked pretty hard. This should not be all bent up. Okay. So, well, it's not bent anymore. All right, it's back lined up. Cool. Let's pull this guy off. All right. Here's some more of that leaf debris. Get that out of here. Let's pop this off. There's also a belt diagram right here, so if I get lost, I got it covered. So we'll slip this guy off. The noise that we're getting is a big vibration. That's the same. I'm getting nothing there. Spindle spinning free. So it's not a spindle. Let's inspect once again in here to see if we have a piece of trash hung up in there. I don't see one. If we go under here, we can look at all of the pulleys to see if there is a bent pulley or a piece of trash in there, or potentially a bearing that's gone bad in one of these pulleys. Okay, so let's free ourselves of this belt for a second and spin them. That one seems good. That one seems good. This one is the tensioner. Spins freely. Everything's good there. Next thing we're gonna do, let's get back here to the rear of the machine. Oh, and underneath here, My belt's already dropped off. I'm gonna check the same thing on the bottom of the engine. We're good to go there. Our belt is off. So now let's fire this puppy up and see if we get the same vibration with the deck completely disconnected. Here we go. Clear prop. My friends, what we have here is a physical damage scenario. We've got a bent blade, guaranteed on this critter. Everything is right and tight and snug in here. We're getting a strong vibration. Everything is spinning appropriately, spinning just fine. Time to take all this stuff and put it back together. Literally took me 10 minutes right here with you guys to take that apart and troubleshoot this. We're getting a squeak and we're getting a vibration, and that squeak and vibration is probably coming from that middle blade. My neighbor hit something with their mower, I guarantee. Let's put the belts back on and get everything snug back up and get underneath and see how hard it is to get the blades off. We got the low profile Milwaukee impact. I think I can get it. No! No! Fingers crossed here. This has got a little oil on it. Guys, we could have a bent spindle right here also. I'm not positive that it's just the blade. I'm gonna spin them all around one more time. Let's see how stubborn this dude's gonna be. Yeah, it's not reverse threaded. There we go. Woo! Almost cramped on that one, boys. The fact that the blade isn't falling off right now. Yeah. Look at this. Check this out, kiddos. So here's what we got. See how that sits flat on the ground? Relatively flat. Look at that one. That thing chewed up some stuff. That's a bent blade. Okay. What do you guys think? Pull them all? I think we pull them all and we replace every single one of them. But in order to see if that is the culprit, let's fire this puppy up and see if we still get our vibration. This might just tell us, hey, it's just one blade causing this vibration, sir. You might not need to replace everything. Contact. So the first thing we saw was that bent blade, and that was our culprit. I got to roll to the hardware store, man. It is 5:30. Had a hard time reading my watch. Let me roll the hardware store and see if I can find these blades. Trip to Lowe's. These are the old blades. It has that star pattern right there, and these are the new blades. The nice thing about Husqvarna is that the stuff is readily available in most hardware stores. So we've got the match, and we're gonna go ahead, toss these blades to the side, but gosh, I can't throw things away. I'm gonna use them for some kind of project. Maybe we'll make a knife out of that, eh? That's a knife. So, let's open this critter up and swap these blades out. Now you know how to swap your blades. Hopefully this is helping you guys in case you ever run up on an issue where you have a vibrating deck. It will supremely help you with troubleshooting a vibrating deck. Now I did take photographs of all this as I took it apart, so I know which way our blades turn, and they turn counterclockwise. Main thing is that the spline fits correctly. Please fit, please fit. Hot dog. There we go. Is that counterclockwise? Yep, that's the way. Surprised I'm not working on the sawmill today, aren't you guys? Blade number 2. Why do that? We don't need that paper. I can't wait to start this thing up. Oh, that's the fun part, right? So my neighbor came over, by the way, guys, just so you know. And we had a discussion about her lawnmower blades and the scenario that's presented itself here. And she said, I did mow a little bit in my driveway, but I thought it would be okay. She said the weeds were so tall in my driveway, I figured I could just get them. Don't mow your driveway, kids. It's bad. It's not good for your lawnmower blades. Hopefully our spindle is good. I told her if this is not the solution, then a spindle is the solution. And that is a job. Not a bad job, but that's much more expense. This was $51 with my veteran discount at Lowe's. Let's see what we got. Clear prop. What to do when you got good vibrations coming from your lawnmower. These mowers are super sensitive to bent blades, evidently. So if you've got a mower, you fire it up and it's vibrating like crazy, start with the most simple thing and work your way to the most complex thing. I checked every single thing from the belt to the pulleys to the spindles, and we finally settled on the blades. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like button. If this helped you out with your broken mower, please tell me. Please share your stories down there. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, post them down there for me. I'm gonna haul this back over to the neighbor's house. She's a very nice lady. Don't mind working for her. Thanks guys, take care, have a wonderful day. Woo!
Come on down to the Stoney Ridge, bring your wife, bring your kids, we're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
This mower has taken its toll on me.
Good vibrations, pop, pop. Good vibrations,
No more vibrations.
Woo!